Okay, so madcity hasn't exactly updated their game in quite a while, so I haven't been able to make any videos on it whatsoever. I thought they were gonna get more active around June or July, considering they made the mall update. So I thought they were gonna go further, but that turns out to not be the case. The mall update was the last update they had made, and we just got nothing after that. We got an announcement where they made a new game again in order to get more money so that they can afford the budget for making the next update, which is God knows what it is. So we might have to wait another couple of months yet again. It might be till like probably June, July again, or May, at the end of May again. Anyways, what we're gonna do today is we're gonna compare heists between chapter 1 and chapter 2, and this means going over every heist apart from those that are unavailable. So I'm gonna have to hop from chapter 1 to chapter 2 and back to chapter 1 and then back to chapter 2, just so I can kind of remember. I mean, I don't have a problem with remembering, it's just that it'll be more better if it were fresher in my mind, and I'll tell you which one is better at the end of each robbery. But first we're gonna go with chapter 1, and unfortunately right now the bank is closed, so let's just wait up. Also managed to grind this along the way while the game hadn't updated, so at least I've got transport now. And then I just stopped playing the game after that. I just got the Cobra and thought, okay, that's it. There's really nothing in the game anymore, so why bother trying to get more stuff? I don't think the game is gonna update for quite a while. Yet again, I'm saying that it's not gonna update for quite a while. I'm telling you. After probably 5 minutes later, the bank finally opened up, so let's just go in. But all I'm gonna say for the bank is that it's pretty outdated. So is chapter 2's bank, but you know, chapter 2 actually is it's a little better compared to this. Like this bank, it's a little classic, I guess. I mean, it's not too bad. I guess I could rate it like a 6 out of 10. I think the only problem with this one is that it is way too short, but then again, I get it because the bank is supposed to be like a short beginner robbery for you. So honestly, it doesn't even matter if I don't rob this or get arrested, because either ways I've basically shown you the layout so far. But there is an upstairs as well, and I don't necessarily have to rob it. So let's just go up here. But for chapter 2, I think I will need to rob it. But over here, there was supposed to be a zip line which connects from here to that tree over there. I don't know why they removed it. It was probably because of the train update. I'm guessing it's because of that. If not, then I'm really not sure. Okay, now let's just move on to chapter 2 real quick. Okay, it's time to head for chapter 2's bank. It's been open for a while now, so I really hope that it doesn't close while I literally go inside, because that would be annoying. And I forgot how bad the lag was in this game. Like, that's something they still never fixed in this game, and that's really bothersome. But the good thing about this bank is that it's a lot more detailed. It actually does feel like a bank. The previous one does feel like a bank as well, but I feel like this one's a lot more polished and detailed. And the really interesting part about this is that there are two ways to this, and I don't know what these ladders are for, but I guess they're for something. But yeah, in this game, in this one, there are two ways to getting to the vault, and this is one of them. I don't know if how long until I can get to the next one. It's probably going to take a while, so I won't do that. Also, I literally forgot I can roll. And I think I missed something out as well, because why the hell am I here? Oh, I went the completely wrong way. I had to go in right, but instead I just kept going forward. Okay, so let's get this money. And the only weird thing about this bank is that there's a whole stack of money. Like that is the weird part about this bank. It's that it's only the vault. It's only the vault. Otherwise, it's fine. I also do not know why I bothered robbing this one, because I didn't even rob the previous bank. So why do I do this one? I also managed to forget how overpowered they made the Titans, or how overpowered they made the heroes in this game. But yeah, I guess that happened. Now compare this bank to the chapter 1 bank. This one is definitely better. It has 2 different courses, so that makes it a lot more fun and interesting. and I'm pretty sure there's like a 50% chance that one of them becomes down and one of them becomes up, but it would be better if it wasn't, and if it was just one by one, though I haven't played the game in quite a while, so I wouldn't really know. But yeah, this bank is a lot better compared to chapter 1, so let's move on to the next one. Okay, next up we're going to be going for the club right now, but the only bad disadvantage that chapter 1's club has is that this one has barely changed whatsoever. Like, the only thing that's changed from what I believe it's literally just the vault, and that's it. It's just that you can now collect stuff manually instead of automatically, and they just revamped the vault a little, so now police can also rob it. They can just rob some documents as well, but then that's really it. This place didn't change whatsoever apart from just the vault, so that gives it a really heavy disadvantage, and it might drive me to say that chapter 2 is better. Now I'm not gonna rob this time. I don't know why I did it previously, but I guess I literally had no choice but to do it. But yeah, this is the club apparently. Now I don't know if the upstairs is meant to be like let's just say this place wasn't Mad City. Like what is this part supposed to be exactly? But then again, I mean, chapter 2 does have a parkour course, so I guess there's that. But so I mean, chapter 1's club is very outdated. It's like probably the most outdated heist. Even the casino got a change, and that was at least a little better. I mean, sure, it was a little suffocating, but it was a little, well, not suffocating, but you know, it was very closed, but it was still like, it was probably better, I think. I'm not sure, but yeah, anyways, let's move on to chapter 2's club. Now, before I go inside, I really do want to say that the outside layout of the club is actually the best design for the club. Yeah, they really did a good job with this one, and I honestly think that this club should never be revamped whatsoever. And this place actually feels like a club. Like, look at this place. You can't tell me that this isn't good. The design for this place is absolutely amazing. And I'm not saying this out of chapter 2 glaze. I do not have chapter 2 glaze. I'm more of a chapter 1 fan. But I gotta admit that there are some things in chapter 2 that are better than chapter 1. Now, the only pain about this elevator is that it was really buggy. It probably still is, because sometimes if you went in like last second and the club closed, it would actually trap you in here. Now, these lasers used to confuse me a lot at first, but apparently it's actually quite easy. You just don't have to jump on the floor, and yet I just did that anyways. And now this last floor, although it isn't much, this place does have 3 or a couple of obstacle courses and 3 floors, which well, if I'm going to be honest, I don't know which one has the highest chance of spawning. They all just spawn randomly. And now in order to open the walls in this one, I'm sure you all know already, you gotta find a button by moving all these objects, and sometimes they're easy to find, sometimes they're not. Like, it could be here, it could be there, it could be God knows where. Like, see, yeah, it's right there. It's always random. Obviously, I'm not gonna rob it this time. I was about to, but not. Okay, never mind. I do have to rob it. I have no choice. Okay, there we go. I think we can go out now. There we go. Of course, you can easily tell how I talked about chapter 2's club heist. You can obviously tell I like this one a lot more compared to chapter 1. As I said, there are a lot of things I like in chapter 1, but I am not glazing chapter 2 whatsoever. It's just that they just had a lot of polished heists, and they look more better this time. Like, they look more detailed compared to chapter 1's club. It did not have much detail whatsoever, and there wasn't really much challenge apart from maybe the second floor for chapter 1's club, but it gets quite easy, like, to get used to and to understand as well. So there's that. Okay, the next one on the list is the casino. Now, after this, I believe we have 3 more heists left, which is the pyramid, the plane, and the pyramid, plane, jewelry store, and I think that's it. Now, overall, for this design, for this lobby of the casino, it's actually very nice. It's actually decent. Like, I like the design, like how these glasses look like they reflect. Even though they don't really reflect, but you know, it looks fine. It looks fine. Oh yeah, there's also the plane. I forgot. So there's a pyramid, there's a jewelry store, and then there's a plane. Wait, in fact, you know, never mind. I'm confused at this point. So that'll basically be jewelry store, the jewelry store, boat, plane, and pyramid. Got it. So that's 4 heists left. So 4 more times of leaving and rejoining. Now, obviously, I'm not gonna rob it this time. But you know, you gotta. In fact, you know, I'll just show you around the wall. So this is what it looks like. It's very enclosed. It's not exactly like very, like, you know, very comfortable. If a lot of people go in, then it's gonna be really problematic. But you know, it's fine. I mean, they don't have to go with something too realistic here. It doesn't really matter. But yeah, anyways, let's move on to the chapter 2's version of the casino. Alright, so this is chapter 2's casino, which is also called the resort now. If you're wondering why it actually got changed to resort, first of all, it was casino at first, but the reason they changed it to resort was because they were this strict rule for casinos back then. I believe it was 2023 when it happened. Apparently they had to change it to avoid some, like, I don't know how to say it. It's like to avoid any trouble. Now, so they just had to change it to the resort. But anyways, let's just call it a casino. It still is a casino, but these things they actually look kind of nice, if I'm gonna be honest. This looks fun. I don't know why I'm sitting the wrong way around, even though I am literally going in front, and it's just making me sit behind. So I guess that's a little broken. Okay, I died earlier, but apparently there's some cop after me, so that's gonna be a really big problem handling them. But I don't think I'm going to survive this now, but I do know for a fact. Oh great, never mind. And I'm just going to be stuck with this. I'm going to be stuck with this. And that's annoying. Okay, I think it's clear here, so finally I can go ahead and rob this place, or just, you know, check it out. Plus, I don't think you can escape unless you rob, or I think I'm wrong actually. Why did I get damage over that though? Like, my body was completely underneath unless it was a sword on my avatar. Yeah, that's annoying. And I don't know why you get night vision during this scene. It seems completely unnecessary considering the fact that there's literally nothing dark here. And remember this part, it was actually not bad, but it's kind of weird how there's a color palette strip right there. Also, I remember that elevator used to literally be right in the vault, like right there. It kind of makes sense at the time. Okay, never mind. Just take me out. But yeah, that was the casino for chapter 2. And if I'm gonna be honest, both of them are pretty alright. I'm kind of having a hard decision to. This game is wanting me to say chapter 1 right now, but I think I'm still gonna stick with chapter. I think I'm still gonna stick with chapter 2. I feel like that's a better one. Next one on the list is the jewelry store. I was honestly hesitant to do the pyramid first because it was being robbed, but I thought I already got some guns, so why bother doing that? So let's just go ahead and get in here. This one is also pretty simple and outdated. It doesn't really have much. All you gotta do is just shoot these. And it's mostly important if you have a gun, but if you have hot rod in this game for this robbery, it'll be perfect because hot rod punches very fast. So there's a one issue that there's also a little bonus over there, but sometimes it just cracks open because of auto robbers, so that completely ruins the point of it. And sometimes it doesn't even spawn as well. I think that's also because of the auto robbers auto robbing it before it even opens up, so that's pretty much quite annoying. But yeah, moving on to chapter 2's jewelry store. Alright, let's go for chapter 2's jewelry store this time. And this one looks a lot more detailed. Like, when it released, it was pretty much the same as chapter 1's jewelry store. The only thing different are there 2 other exits, I think? Or there's nothing really different. But this is like a more polished version. Let's just say there's nothing really different. Also, I do have to rob here, unfortunately. And you can actually go through front door, kind of, or not. Can't exactly go through front door. But yeah, I have to rob this place, so I may as well. And I do not know how much this gives. So that gives half, not half, but it gives less compared to what chapter 1 gave. But this is one of the first few exits. This one goes off and on. Sometimes you can jump on these pillars in order to survive. And then there's like an exit. Yeah, right there. There's an exit right there. That's just a window. You can easily climb out. It's nothing too complex. Never mind. But what the hell? How did the jewelry store already close? It wasn't even open for like a minute or so. Is that a bug? That is such a terrible bug that they need to fix. They need to come back and fix that at least. But I guess I can't show. I guess that's a skill issue coming from my part. But yeah, I mean, Chapter 2 jewelry store is just a refreshed version of this one. But so I definitely do think this one is also better in terms of looks. But in terms of robbery, well, let's be honest, they're both just the same. There's nothing to really differ from them. Okay, so this one's gonna be a quick lobby because apparently I'm the only criminal here, so I guess you know that means it's gonna be a sweaty lobby. And I've already got a police on me, and he won't leave, so I guess I have to push him away somehow. I'm sure you all know, for those that played Chapter 1 or madcity in general, that madcity Chapter 1 boat is probably like, it's barely even a heist. Like, you can barely do anything. If you have a flying vehicle, you can easily just get onto here and then just rob it. It's that easy, and I can even do it without the helicopter. If I just go down here, I mean, see, I literally just reverse parkour here. You mean that you can just go here and then up here, and then see, it's not even that hard unless that of course glitches. But for chapter 2 it's completely different, so let's move on to that. Okay, so next up on the list is the chapter 2 boat, obviously, and this boat's heist actually got a massive upgrade coming from chapter 1, because chapter 1 it was honestly nothing, as you saw from earlier, but in this it's like a completely different thing. This one actually shoots rockets at you if you try to attack it. And you can actually use Cobra for this, and Cobra in chapter 2, if I'm going to be honest, it's not really that useful, but in this case, you can use it. It's pretty good. You can also use a lot of things like some ground vehicles, but you'll have to somehow bring them into close range. Like, you'll probably have to. Okay, never mind. I think this thing is bugged, because what the hell was that? Why was it spraying so much? I usually never even did that, but in the first place. And I believe you can use some boats as well, but it gets really hard. I think if I have the 066 exterminator, then I can use that. I do have it. Why was it not showing up earlier? Okay, I'll use that if my Cobra somehow goes down. Like, this Cobra just ruined it all for me. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna use an 066 exterminator. That way I can not only get more range, but you know, I can. Okay, that boat is out to get me, but I can eliminate the boat quite easy. Like, watch this. That's an engine down. But I have to hurry, otherwise, you know, it's gonna kill me. So here's the strat. I'm just gonna keep. Yeah, it doesn't get me until. It doesn't get me unless I sit. Well, it can't get me unless I sit in the car. But the car is gonna get damaged, so that's gonna be the biggest disadvantage. Now, the best part about this heist is that whoever does the most damage, they get the most money, and yeah, I guess that's just how it works. So I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do that much damage, considering not only my laggy, but I do not have enough space to use my 066 exterminator. Like, it's not space, but like, you know, I need to go around it. I think now would, yeah, over here would be a lot better. Okay, get it. Okay, I think I should. Yeah, I think I should get out of here. Okay, it busted my wheels. Okay, there we go. taken down. Let's just get a bolt. And yeah, let's just get the crate. Let's just get the crate real quick. Oh yeah, I completely forgot that truck heist exists, but that's on chapter 1, so we're not gonna review that. Now it's just the plane and the pyramid left. Two of my honestly least favorites kind of in chapter 1. I don't know why, I just get annoyed by them. I just get annoyed by them for no reason whatsoever. Maybe just because it's a long one and if I die I have to start all over again. And in those ones I die a lot more. But anyways, obviously this boat is so much more better compared to chapter 1. Chapter 1 is like completely nothing. But this one, it's actually a huge step up. Okay, now next one on this is the plane heist. Now if you want to get up to chapter 1's plane heist, you need to have a flying vehicle. That means whether it's a helicopter, you gotta have something that flies up to the plane, because there's no other way you can get to this plane. Whereas for chapter 2, it's completely different. You can go up to there, but it lands at the airport at first, and at the same time you could just spawn in a helicopter as well for free. While in chapter 1 you can't exactly find those helicopters that are used for free. You can only find them at the police base, while over here you just can't find them anywhere. But the only good thing about this heist is the tension it gives off, because if you fly a little too late, it'll feel like you really gotta rush to open this, rob the place and get out of here, because once it starts beeping, you know you gotta hurry up. And then these smoke things, sometimes they just don't work correctly. Sometimes they just hit you even though you manage to dodge them. But yeah, I mean, I guess it didn't happen this time, but it does happen sometimes. So yeah, so there's that. Also, I would have been really interested to like do a review on the train robbery, but for some reason they removed it back when chapter 1 came out. And I guess they just decided, okay, let's not bring it back. Let's not ever bring it back. Alright, so it seems like someone already crashed the plane, so I guess I don't have to do it myself. But yeah, you can kind of see it now. When you have to place bombs, it's kind of the fun part. But I guess this part is kind of fun as well. But at the same time, what the hell happened here? Because it seemed like someone just left it and then did nothing. I forgot how do I enter in. Alright, from here. And you can read unlimited, so you can just get this, get that. I remember you could get something from here. I forgot what it was. I think it was probably the death ray key card or something. Either way, that does not matter, because this heist is obviously better, probably because of the fact that grounded users and new beginners are able to use this. Because in chapter 1, if you're a new player, you literally cannot rob it whatsoever. It's like you have a literal need for it, and then there's nothing you can do about it. How do people still sweat in a really dead game? I just have to ask. Last but not least, one of my least favorite ones, which is a pyramid. Let's go for that one. And honestly, this is probably gonna be the hardest one to decide, because I'm not a fan of both pyramids, or just not the pyramid in general. I'm not sure why. I think it's just that this one is pretty buggy, so I might prefer chapter 2's one. But sometimes it just, I guess, lags, or these. Okay, my shift key just straight up decided to give up on me, because what the hell was that? Okay, there's apparently a cop chasing after me, so I'm just gonna keep going ahead. I don't care if I die. Once I just go inside the wall, I'm just gonna go ahead and leave. But I don't want to get chased, but he probably died as well, God knows. And yeah, this is the pyramid, and this is honestly a really good wall. I like this wall a lot, but I feel like chapter 2 might have a better one. I don't remember that one for quite a while. So yeah, let's go check that one out. And last but not least, it's the pyramid. And if I'm gonna be honest, okay, I'm glad there's a zip line along the way. If I'm gonna be honest, the outline, like the outside of the pyramid, I do not like the outside of chapter 2 compared to chapter 1. I feel like chapter 1 was a lot better, but this one was tensionable. But this part really annoyed me, because sometimes my avatar would just like, I don't know how to say it, but like mesh in with the pillar, and then it would just make me fall into the lava. And of course, just like the club, this one also has different variations of its parkour. But at the same time, what the hell am I getting hit by? Okay, you know what? I don't know why I'm getting, I do not know why I'm getting hit at all, even though there's nothing hitting me whatsoever. Unless maybe it's just my ping, and that's what I hear about chapter 2's pyramid a lot, is that it hit me for no reason whatsoever, even when my ping was fine. I guess I don't know, I do not know how to time it whatsoever. This one you could easily do with a hot rod, which is fine, I suppose. I remember there was some variation which had colored fire, or maybe I'm not remembering correctly, God knows. But yeah, this one was a fun part, but then it kind of got ruined once this role update came out. So you could easily escape from them, but I'm not complaining. I love the role update, and it kind of makes sense to get added into this game. So there's that. Okay, so there we go. That's the vault. Now this one seems, I mean, I guess I could give it the same rating I gave the pyramid. I feel like they're both good. But yeah, overall chapter 2 has a better heist overall. It seems like, okay, look, chapter 1's heists are not that bad in general. It's just that compared to chapter 2 is more refreshed and it's more fun to play. I feel like if you implemented the chapter 2's heist into chapter 1 instead of having chapter 1's heist, I feel like the game would have been a lot more better. Because chapter 2 is obviously more refreshed and chapter 1 does need some refreshing, so I could kind of understand the other reason for chapter 2. The main reason for chapter 2 even occurring was because one of the developers left, so they couldn't use his code, they didn't know how to use it. It was something like that. But yeah, anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and expect more madcity content in probably another billion years, because they aren't going to update the game in quite a while.